Hey there, this is the One Boom, and it's 5 in the morning, and I just want to share my opinions on Battlefield 2042's launch night. I guess early access period is a better way to put it. Technically, the game launches on the 19th, but if you have the Ultimate Edition or Gold Edition, you get to play a week earlier, which I think is a little unfair. I don't think you should have to spend almost $100 to play a game a week early. I think this should just be the launch day if it's able to launch on this day. But this is an EA game, so I'll put up with it, I guess. I will start this little first impressions video out by saying if you are not a content creator or somebody who only ever plays Battlefield, do not spend extra money to play this game a week early. I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't a content creator, but I want to get news out for you guys sooner than later. I say news, but this is really just going to be my initial impressions. But either way, going into the game here, is it as buggy as the beta? That's what you're dying to know. You are probably going to click away after I tell you this, and I don't blame you. It's a lot less buggy than the beta. It is miles less buggy than the beta. In fact, off the top of my head right now, after playing the game for about 3 hours tonight, I cannot point out or think of a single bug that got in my way while I was trying to play the game. This is great. I didn't get stuck in the geometry. I didn't fly up in the air. I noticed a couple ragdoll problems, some lag, and some frame rate issues, but bugs? No, not too bad. That is in the game. In the menus, however, there's a pretty massive issue where I just can't customize my weapons. I might be able to do a lot better with these guns with attachment changes, but the game just won't let me change attachments. It won't let me put attachments into my hot swap bar and actually use them, so that's a completely broken feature at the moment. Let me know if you guys found a fix for it or if you even have that problem at all, but I certainly did, and it did negatively impact my experience. So while in the game and running around the maps, I didn't notice any problems, but there were quite a few gunfights where I felt like I would have done a lot better with a little bit more bullet velocity or recoil control or a different ammo type or magazine size, but I'm just not able to test that. When it comes to gunplay, I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video because I feel like I have to get good at it. Every time I play a new FPS game, especially on controller, I gotta get used to it, I gotta practice it, I gotta learn it, and right now I'm not good enough with it, I'm not confident enough with my playtime to discuss the ins and outs of the gunplay. And of course I can't customize my weapons, so my opinion would be pretty invalid either way. I will say, however, I am really disappointed that on console, this game still has snap-on aim assist, which I really don't like. Snap aim on console, in my opinion, is a little insulting. I know controllers are sort of barbaric, but I can point my gun at somebody. Give me a little bit of aim assist rotation when I move my feet, give me some slowdown, I'll be okay. You do not need to snap my iron sights and scope onto a target. I hate that this is in the game. I don't know why DICE doesn't trust console players to aim their goddamn guns. This many years into the Battlefield franchise, this many years into FPS console shooters being a big thing. Fuck. I also need to say that 128 players was a complete waste of time. I don't know why they insisted on doing 128 players. I said way back before the beta that DICE didn't always nail 64 player maps and that 128 player maps, in my opinion, were just a bad idea. Even with 128 players, most people are just going to, dogpile one or two objectives that are kind of in the middle or have height advantages on them, and then they're just gonna fight over those areas and everything else will be stragglers. And with these maps being so big and wide open, which I personally don't mind, I just find the flow to be really awkward and inconsistent. Like some flags, they're just spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. Other flags were just an absolute ghost town and makes the gameplay feel really imbalanced. And if you're gonna say, well, just spawn on the heavily contested ones and have some close quarters, fast-paced fun, well, if I only played Battlefield, I might enjoy that as an experience, but I would rather just play Call of Duty for that experience. I feel like Battlefield's at its best when the combined arms style gameplay is taking place over the entire map and not just on a couple of heavily congested flags. Like, yeah, some flags are going to be more popular than others in every single Battlefield game, but I feel like this is a little bit more exaggerated because of how much empty, annoying open space there is. It's too much of a walking sim and not enough, well, of a combat sim. I'm tired, leave me alone. That being said, even with no attachments, it was kind of fun to lay on some rocks and shoot at people with my DMR and try to land shots that way. I'm actually a little bit excited to get into this game's gunplay. I don't think it's going to be my favorite Battlefield gunplay, but only time will tell, and of course I have to get good at it. But, you know, laying out in the rocks and trying to snipe people and climbing up on towers and shooting down on people, that's always fun in Battlefield, and I did actually find a little bit of a dopamine release doing that tonight, and I'm gonna probably pursue that type of gameplay again. I even landed a couple sniper shots on my last match of the night, and it was just enough to let me know that I'm not so shit that I can't snipe with a controller in Battlefield, so I might pursue that playstyle a bit more as well. Now, you might have thought it was kind of stupid when I said earlier that I might as well just play Call of Duty if I'm gonna be on a heavily contested spawn die flag. Well, yeah, you're right, that is kinda dumb. The problem is that the core differentiating factor of Battlefield is missing here. And the more I played this, the more it really felt like Call of Duty. Like during the beta, it kind of felt like gutted Battlefield, but now it kind of feels like Call of Duty. Maybe it's the week of Vanguard I just played, but going into here, it just felt like large-scale COD, like Modern Warfare 2019 Ground War, or Fireteam Dirty Bomb from Black Ops Cold War. Maybe something like Plunder from Warzone. It didn't feel like Battlefield. The lack of classes sticks out like a sore thumb in Battlefield 2042. Now, in the Portal game mode, I'm sure you'll be able to make up a lot more fun rule sets, and if you're able to populate servers with those fun rule sets that feel more like Battlefield, that'll be great for you. I imagine people that are more into stuff like Gary's Mod and game creation tools, I feel like they're really going to enjoy making like the perfect, you know, classic Battlefield experience, new and goofy Battlefield party games, and maybe even some cool milsim experiences. But for me, I'm a meat and potatoes kid. I really want the core of 2042 to be the main focal point. I don't really want to go try to find somebody who's either put together a game mode that's to my liking in Portal, or go make one myself and hope people join it. Because I don't want to play somebody's weird mutated game mode, wait for people to join my weird mutated game mode, or just play featured playlists that are essentially just 1/10 of Battlefield 3 or 1/10 of Bad Company or 1/10 of Battlefield 1. I kind of just want to have a more traditional, you know, hey, the new Battlefield game came out and all of its new content is worth buying the game for. That's kind of what I'm wanting here. Like, to put it simply, remember how you felt when Battlefield 3 came out, or Battlefield 4 came out, or Battlefield Hardline came out, or 1 came out, or 5 came out, when it was just its own definitive Battlefield game with its own rule sets and styles and gameplay? Yeah, that was pretty cool. And I liked how all of those games I just mentioned had a assault, support, engineer, recon, medic. They had classes, you know, class-based gameplay, that differentiating factor that sets Battlefield apart from other AAA shooters. Without it, you might as well be Plunder, you might as well be Ground War, you might as well be Fireteam Dirty Bomb, you might as well just be anything but what I fell in love with Battlefield because of. And because of that, it's hard to recommend this game to longtime Battlefield fans. Now, it could still be a really fun shooter, but I don't think it's what a lot of people expected when they saw a trailer full of ATVs crashing into helicopters and Renazooks. Also, the core new game here, Battlefield 2042, not Portal, no game creation tools or anything like that. The actual core conquest and breakthrough experience in 2042 only has 22 guns. There's like 4 ARs to choose from, 4 SMGs, I think 2 LMGs, maybe 3 DMRs, something like that. There's only 22 primary weapons. Oh yeah, and the 22 weapons include secondary weapons as well, so just 22 firearms overall. And while the different specialist gadgets are kind of fun to play around with, what really bugs me is that there's specialists with gadgets to play around with. Like, EA, if you wanted something to monetize, you just could have had a class system and then you could have sold skins for the different classes. So there's different engineer skins and different recon skins and assault skins, and I would have been okay with that. You could have just done that system, but instead you went the specialist route because, well, you're just a little trend chaser, aren't you? I'm not gonna completely shit on Battlefield 2042. There's a solid game under here that I could see people having a lot of fun with. But it just kind of feels like a wet fart release. It just doesn't feel like a full $60 game. It feels like I just really overpaid for a live service game that doesn't even have some of the core DNA that I crave from a Battlefield experience. Like, the bare minimum of what makes a BF game is missing here, and that kind of blows. Unless you consider the bare minimum to be big maps, in which case, play Apex, play Warzone, play Fortnite. If it's big maps you're after, I mean, I think all of those have like team deathmatch style 50v50 modes. You can just play that instead because big maps is all it is, you know? Just big maps and, oh, vehicles? Oh, I guess just go buy Modern Warfare 2019 and play Ground War. That's got like APCs and helicopters and jeeps, you know? No, obviously, like, Battlefield is really at its core a class-based game, and to not have that here is leaving me feeling so empty and disappointed. Allow me to get really personal here at the end of this video. This whole video's been subjective garbage, but I am gonna get personal with you guys. My friends don't want to buy this game. They don't have Series X's, they haven't been able to find them in stock, they don't have really high-end gaming PCs. I'm the only one in the friends group that's actively playing games right now that has a Series X, and you know, I cannot convince my friends to buy the downgraded Xbox One X version of this game, and it's really gonna damper how much I want to play this game. Like, it's missing core elements of what I want from Battlefield. It's not entirely polished in terms of performance. It's not exactly loaded with new and original content. Game creation tools and novelty game modes don't really cut it for me, and I just don't think this is gonna be a game I dive into this year. But, and I do say this genuinely with all my heart, I am willing to be proven wrong. I am willing to practice at this game, stream it on and off, and cover it when it gets new chunks of content. And trust me, once my friends get Xbox Series X's, I will definitely be pressuring them to get this game, or I'll just buy the game for them so we can squad up and have a lot more fun. Staying on the personal side of things, I'm a Call of Duty fan as well as a Battlefield fan, and while that might make you cringe, Call of Duty Vanguard is a way more fulfilling multiplayer PvP experience for me, despite its flaws, compared to Battlefield's lackluster launch. Also, my friends all bought Call of Duty and they're all playing it with me, and Battlefield, not so much, like I said. I didn't like that I was kind of thinking I could be leveling up in Vanguard while playing Battlefield 2042 tonight. That's just not the thoughts I wanted going through my head while trying to learn the new Battlefield, but that's sort of where I'm at right now. This video is a little negative, and that might be because I'm tired and my throat hurts and I kind of just want to wrap this up, but I don't really care. I'm sorry, this is a review, it's an initial impressions video. Battlefield 2042 is going to be out for a long time. I have so much time to eat my words, so I'm not really scared to be a little negative right now. And longtime subscribers that actually give a shit about this channel, you guys know that I don't pull punches when Call of Duty pisses me off, and I pay the same respect to any other franchise. Thank you so much for coming out, watching this video. I will see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.